What is up, guys? It is Tony from Luxe Paintball, and today I'm bringing a good little battle to you. It is the brand new die DLS versus the DLX TM40.
And why? Because who's the best source for high-end markers?
That would be LuxePaintball.com, of course. So we really are going to jump right onto this one first. We're diving head in, Mark. What do you want to see, DLS? TM40. Which one?
TM40 first.
TM40. Okay. You want to go with the super, very old, reliable girl on the market?
Vintage marker, yes.
Vintage, so vintage. All right, guys, this is the DLX TM40. That's obviously been out a while, but it is still a marker to be reckoned with. Start with the barrel, or you want to switch it up?
Oh, let's start with the board talking to me.
Oh, you want to start with the board?
I want to go backwards from normal.
You want to start with the readout display screen. I'll put it up to the microphone. If you're lonely, you got a friend.
Powering on. Welcome to the Luxe experience. Battery level 80%.
We still didn't charge it.
Mode NXL.
So it does have that readout display screen in the back if you want to change settings, do any programming on your modes, rate of fire, all that good stuff. You can change it right through the back. We do have full programming videos on the TM40 already on the website. And obviously, as you know, it talks to you. So we're going to turn that bad boy out. We're starting from the back now, Mark. Okay, so we're going to start from the back. It does have the toolless grips here, so it's got a nice little kind of cutout. You can peel those bad boys right on open and have access to the inside. If you want to plug this bad boy in and charge up your battery, I believe you can also do some fancy programming with it. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. Mark, do you know?
I mean, if you're a programmer, I'm sure you could do some things.
So this is how you charge the gun. Access it right through the toolless grips.
I don't mess with anything. I just go from semi to NXL ramping, and that's what I call it done.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, I could do all the programming through the back with the trigger. No need to get extra fancy with it. So let's talk about the ASA down here at the bottom. You've got your lever on and off, ASA, all magnetic. So engage and disengage your air system. We're going to pull up from the ASA. We talked about the board and how it keeps you, gets you a little friend at night when you're lonely. Let's talk about the super comfortable trigger here and plenty of room within the trigger guard. Probably one top two favorite features about the gun. Some of the guns are super tight. You can't really get a good movement going in there, but this leaves plenty of room for you. We'll talk about the bolt next. It's the up and out, completely toolless, obviously. So we're going to pull this bad boy out. This bolt system with that ice coating on there, it's super easy to maintain. O-rings will last you a very long time. I believe when this gun first came out, it was around like literally 1 million shots before you were supposed to have to change the O-rings, depending on how much dirt and grime you've got into your marker. So it does have the nice ice coating. These bad boys operate around 110 PSI, so the air efficiency should be pretty good for you guys. So that's the bolt. Since I've got the bolt out, we will talk easy maintenance, drop in the frame if you wanted to go mechanical. You've got a latch here in the back, and you've got a latch also up in the front. You're gonna pull that backwards, and then your frame will drop down, and you guys can slap on a mechanical frame if that's what you wanted to do. I'll throw the bolt back in there. Obviously the TM40 is super light, very streamlined, sleek and slim. So there's not too much to this marker at all. We will go forward to the eye covers. So talk about the eye covers. They are toolless, so you can just take that little black lever, slide it forward, pull your eye covers off. They are on both sides of the marker. If you guys needed to get in there, do any cleaning if you happen to break paint, or just do any general maintenance in there. Overall, bead neck wise, I like the thumb screw. It's got a nice little thumb screw there, so you don't have to bust out an Allen wrench to tighten or loosen. Just use your thumb to tighten it up. Got the locking lever here, and you will notice this lever won't go up and down once it's locked in place because it does have that groove. Kind of clicks in and it's not going to move on you, so that's a great feature. We will talk about the up front. You've got your regulator that's going to sit here, and then you've got your adjustments on the bottom. You got your plus and minus for your velocity. You guys obviously at the chrono, and you guys aren't sure, do I screw it in or screw it out to raise or lower the feet per second? It has plus and minus right there on the bottom for you. Next up, you do have that two-piece 14-inch barrel here. It does take, it's the Freak XL system, so it does take those 8-inch control inserts. So depending on what paint, what paint you're shooting, what size bore, comes stock with a 687. They have plenty of other inserts available in different sizes. So that's just a quick overview on the TM40. And like I said, we have full reviews and unboxings, shooting videos of these guns already on the channel.
Remind me what the operating pressure is for the Luxe?
Operating pressure on the Luxe is 110.
Okay.
So 110 PSI. And it talks to you guys, so it talks. So bonus points for that.
Tell me PSP ramping. Come on, do it.
It will. No, it'll say NXL or Millennium. All right, so that was the TM40. Let's talk about the brand new Dye DLS. You want me to start from the back too, Mark?
No, this one you gotta do tip.
Oh, we're gonna go from the barrel. Okay, so you've got that Dye ULS barrel on here. Dye has been known for 20 plus years on their boomstick originally and all this other good stuff, but very, very quality barrels on this. I believe this one comes with 2 barrel backs, brand new out of the box. So this is the Dye ULS. It's got unique, you probably can't see in the camera, it's got unique porting right around where it screws into the barrel back itself. Kind of helps with sound signature too. So there's little holes drilled around here. Pretty neat. All right, we'll go to the feed neck. I touched on the thumb wheel on the TM40 because the DLS, the only thing I'd wish they would have done, which they did an excellent job with this marker, is now you got to bust out an Allen wrench to tighten or loosen whatever hopper you're using. So you still have the lever lock here. So it's lever lock, but you got to have an actual tool instead of a thumb wheel here to tighten down your hopper. So I think they could have added that on there, but overall, we're going to talk about the Paragon Core. Biggest thing about this bad boy is years and years back, company Lurker was coming out with a gun called Paragon. Never came to fruition, so Dye teamed up with them. However that happened, we may never know, but now this is the Paragon Core. Normally, Dye has 1 million O-rings on their operating or their drive chain, whatever you guys want to call it, their core. They've simplified that. I like that a lot. So there's only very few O-rings that are going to need to be changed and serviced over time. We'll bust this bad boy on out. Operating pressure on this is right around a 120, but don't let that scare you. This to me is where the magic happens here with the spring. The valve and the bolt are independent systems. So pretty much as one finishes your shot, this is pulling back and the valve is closing. So they're going to be super, super air efficient. So the valve and the bolt operate independently. So most markers, they are kind of one smooth operating system. Not the case with the new Paragon Core. So that is the thing. I was going to put a number on this, but I've heard on a 77 cubic inch tank, you can get around 2,000 shots off of one tank fill. So we will test that out here coming up very, very soon.
And probably during the winter when paint's colder, more brittle, and it's more stress on the marker.
Correct.
We in Michigan.
Yeah, we are in Michigan and it is cold. It does have the kind of the Paragon and Dye logo here. It is that push button system, obviously, so no tools needed to get the bolt out. It does have that Hyper 6S Pro, I believe they call it, regulator system in here, compared to the tried and true Max Flow, which has been around for a long time, that comes on the TM40. So get the Hyper S6 Pro up front. You do have that Edge 2, I think they call it like the Mag. It's magnetic, MagTech. It's definitely an Edge 2 trigger on here. They got some fancy things going on. I haven't dropped the frame yet. Mark, you got any intel on that Edge 2?
It is the Edge 2 Mag Reach trigger.
Mag Reach trigger. Okay. We're gonna have to dive a little further into that. We just got this in, so we're learning things.
Does it have eyes or an eye pipe? What's it doing?
Yeah, it's got the Gen 4 eye pipe in here. So you want to see it?
I got it.
No, you do?
I've seen it before, but I'll see it again.
Okay. So Gen 4 eye pipe system there, that's obviously helps you clean. If you happen to do brake paint, this cleans with ease so your eyes don't get all nasty and funky on you. So, and that's been around a minute. Obviously, if it's on the 4th generation, they've made some changes and updates to it. Trigger, bolt, we went over that. The milling on the DLS is obviously way different than the DSR Plus. So they definitely came out. I believe Billy told me the milling is kind of based off that original Lurker Paragon marker. So it's some similarities. You'd have to go back and check that out, but I like the new milling on this. It does have the same readout display screen as the M3 Plus. So it is a full color OLED display screen. You guys, I think it has a 5-position joystick on here. You can do player profiles, do all sorts of stuff. We also have a video full of how to pretty much program the M3 Plus, which this should be the same. Devin from Dye came here and did that video, and he's an expert. So if you guys want to know how to tinker through this entire screen of full color awesomeness, watch our other video. And then lastly, it does have that slaps ASA on here. So I do like that. I think Dye did, and Dye and Lurker, I don't know, whatever. I think that's the deal. Anyway, DLS, like Dye Lurker series or Dye Lurker systems.
What?
It's one of
Mind
those two.
blown.
Right, well, would you ever think of that? That's what the DLS stands for. Put it in the comments below. Is it Dye Lurker series, Dye Lurker system? I forgot what it is, but it's something like that. Anywho, this is the brand new Dye DLS marker. Little comparison against the DLX TM40. And if you guys wanted to buy one of these bad boys, you know where to shop. That would be lonewoolpaintball.com.
Now those DLSs are limited, guys. There's only like 500 being made. So if you want one, get on there quick.
That's exactly
And he
right.
didn't even touch on my favorite part of that DLS.
What?
It's got the patented Dye sticky grips.
Oh, it does. It's got the UL45. I mean, I thought that stuff goes without saying. Dye's not going to go away from their sticky grips, nor are they going to go away from that Hourglass 45 frame. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for bringing it up. lonewoolpaintball.com.